everyone, it's Kathy and you're back here on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin', and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would encourage you to please do that. It helps me grow my channel. It helps me bring better and more content to all of you, and it just really does help out in so many different ways. Also, if you will like and share and also leave me a comment. Leaving the comment really gives me an opportunity to get to know you. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. As many of you know, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located out of North Carolina, but I can take care of your stamping needs anywhere you live if you're not currently working with a demonstrator. So if you're in need of any of the products that you see me use, you'll find my link in the description below. Also, my host code will be posted there. So if you do shop, be sure to use that host code, and I will make sure that you get a little something extra in the mail from me for doing that. So what we're going to do today, and I thought it would be nice to do a card that you get to use up your scraps. You get to do some fabulous layering, and I think layering is overlooked. I think a card that has layers is rich, and you can take the simplest of images, which we're going to do today with amazing silhouettes. This is a beautiful stamp set, but a lot of people don't really get how to use this, so I thought, why not? Let's give it a try. So I think I'm going to work with this image. I already have it loaded up on my stamp block. Let me grab a piece of scrap white cardstock, and I'm just going to grab a piece like that. That was in my scrap bin, and actually this was some leftover from where I did the dessert album, because I recognized my score piece. So we're going to use it down in this area, so that won't matter. I also have the peaceful moments, because you have so many wonderful sentiments on this. And let's see what we're going to do with this. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and stamp my image. Now you can do this in whatever color that you like, but I think I'm going to go in with my polished pink. I hadn't played with this ink with this particular design, so I thought, let's just do it and see what happens. So I'm going to ink this up. And if you notice all that background, this is going to stamp that background, and our image itself is going to look white. That's the way the stamp is made to look. So I'm going to put it right along here, and I'm going to give it a good press. Now you could do this in your Stamparatus if you feel more comfortable. Sometimes you do need a double stamp with this, but we're going to go with this and just hope for the best. Not bad. I do have a little ink right there, but we'll see how it's going to look once I get things together. So I worked diligently over the weekend getting my craft room cleaned up, reorganized, and hopefully things are going to work a little better for me. Now I'm going to measure this, and it is about 5 1/4. But we're going to do some paper tearing today. Another thing that so many people are kind of intimidated about. And what you want to do is, if you tear toward you, you're going to get this type of image. And if you tear away from you, you're going to get this image. So it just depends on what you want. I'm tearing like this, but I am controlling my tear by working my thumb down the side as I go, kind of keeping me into frame. So that's one side. Now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just doing this little in and out tear, and it just gives you a really nice effect. Now you could tear your paper first and then stamp, but I like to stamp first and then tear my paper. Then I can pretty much see what I want to tear away. That right there is bothering me. So let's grab our Mono sand eraser and see if I can get rid of that. If not, we'll cover it up another way. Let's see how that did. I'm raking that excess into the trash can. Not bad. Not bad at all. I think we got rid of the most of that ink spot, and that worked out really well. Now I want to tear the top Again, I'm just doing a back and forth motion, just like that, because I want a nice, pretty edge on it. And I think that gave me exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to do the same thing down here at the bottom. I am just going to tear it away, kind of keeping it as straight as I can, but yet getting a nice little edge on it. And there is our torn piece with our piece. Now I'm going to look over in my scrap bin under my polished pink. I do have everything alphabetized, which makes it really easy to find what I'm looking for. But you know what? I am not seeing a piece big enough to go behind that, so I may have to grab a piece of cardstock. Let me go grab some cardstock and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back and I have a full sheet of the polished pink, and these were the end colors for last year, so they will go through this year, and then they will retire, and we will get 5 more in colors. So I love that they do the in colors, because that way they rotate out colors. Yes, it's always sad if you have a favorite that you hate to see go, but you get to enjoy the in color for 2 years. So that's a great thing that Stampin' Up! Does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up to 4 1/4. I cut it at 5 1/2. This is going to give me, this isn't what I want to do. Okay, let me regroup. I want to cut this to 4. Maybe 4 1/4. Yeah, let's do 4 1/4. I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to turn it, and I want this to be 5 3/8. So 5 1 2 3, and we're going to trim off just a tiny little portion of that to just a little sliver. And then I've got these pieces I can put back in my scrap bin, and I'll have some polished pink there when I need it. We're also going to need a piece of black, because you know, if you throw some black onto a card, everything looks beautiful. So this piece is actually cut at 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. So 5 1/4 by 3 1/4, and we're going to put this right on top of that, and I may pop that up with some dimensionals. But look what happens when you put this on the polished pink. It just comes to life. And then we throw in the mix of a white card base, and we have what I call a stunning, stunning card. Isn't that pretty? So simple, so easy, and we did it with 1 stamp, well actually 2 stamps, because we're going to make this a thank you card. I did it in blue, and I'll show you what it looked like, because I always like to do my card prior. I'll show you what it looked like in the blue. This is Pacific Point ink on the blue and the black, and I have this beautiful little layered sentiment that we're going to put right here. And that's what it would look like. And then of course you'd put it on a white card base, just like we did the pink. We'll do a card base, and we'll put this one together too. I'll just need to cut another piece of black. And let's see, this was 5 1/4. Let's go ahead and cut it, and then we'll put these together at the same time. All right, we need a piece of black. I think this will work, and we need to cut this down to, forgot my measurements already, 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. So 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So now we have 2 of those, and we can make both cards. We will need to do a little bit more cutting, but let's go ahead and get these pieces down. Now I do need some Stampin' Dimensionals, and they are, I moved everything around so things are not at my fingertips like they were before. So I have to look a little bit harder. So I got some Stampin' Dimensionals right there. And we are going to put maybe about 5. Let's go. I can get that one off of that thumb. I want to go right up in that corner and that corner. Maybe scatter one here in the middle, and one here, and one here. And I'm going to put one more right about there, just to kind of balance out everything. Hey, even with reorganizing, I knew where my take your pick was, because I use this thing all the time when I'm crafting. There's hardly ever a time that I don't reach for this for some reason. So let's go ahead and get that on there. We're going to pop this down. Do I want to put a piece of ribbon around it? Yeah, we're just going down. Just go ahead and pop that on there just like that. And then let's bring this piece over. And I think for this one I'm going to glue it straight down. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue. And a nice little amount of glue around my edges. Just like that. And then what I want to do is center this up. That liquid glue does give you a little bit of time so you can get it on there nice and even. So that's on. So now all we need to do is put it onto our card base. And again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. Basically because I have it right here. And I always check to make sure my card is where I want it to be. Now this is going to be a tighter fit because I cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So you're going to have to play with that just a little bit to get it nice and even. That looks pretty good. So now we need a sentiment. And for this one, I think what I want to do is I'm going to cut a strip across for the bottom. And let me look at my stamp set again. We'll do that blue one in just a minute. And for this one, I think I just want it to say congratulations. And I think I'm going to stamp that in black ink, and I just want a small strip. So this stamp measures about a 1/2 inch, so we're going to go 3/4 of an inch on this strip. So, and I want it to go across a little bit past the 3 1/4. So I'm going to do it at 3 1/2. So we're going to go 3/4 by 3 1/2. Now this piece is ready to stamp on. So I'm going to take that stamp off and I'm going to put this one on. But I like to take my stamp and make sure that I'm getting it on my block straight. And I do that by lining it up. Now I know that G is going to come down below the line, but I'll line up everything else on my grid mat. And then I adhere. Grab my ink, my Momento Tuxedo Black. And then we're just going to line this right here in the middle. And I'm going to look top and bottom, side to side, and stamp. Very pretty. And I don't want to cut this. I don't think I do. I think what I want to do is just come straight across here, just like that. I think that's cute. So we're only going to put glue right there in the middle. In fact, why don't we do some Stampin' Dimensionals and let that pop up just a little bit. So I'm going to grab a couple of these, and I just want them, I think I'm going to put 3 on there, right close together, just like this. And then we can put this down just like that. And we have a nice little congratulations card. That was quick and easy. So now I'm going to show you another way to do it where I did even more layering, and that was with this one. And I used the Peaceful Moments for this as well, and it is the thank you sentiment. Now y'all know I send out a lot of thank you cards because if you order from me, more than likely you're going to get a thank you card. So I am cleaning that off. And then we're going to go ahead and get this adhered down to here. Now this time I think I'm going to go different. I think I'm going to put, I was stamping on the back side too, as you can see. But I decided to go with that flower. The butterflies, it wasn't what I wanted for this card. I just wanted a little flower. So I'm going to put that down right there and let that adhere. So I'm going to rub that down with my stamp block. Then I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. So let's do one there, one there, one there. One here, and one right here. I'm just going to go ahead and pull these off. And then I'm going to bring my mat over and I'm going to lay this into my mat, making sure that I'm getting it even on both sides. Using your grid can help you quite a bit in getting things lined up straight. So that's down. Now I have my layers here. This piece is 1.5 by 3 1/8, and then this piece is 1.5 by 3, and then this piece is 1.25 by 2 3/4. And you can see everything layers really lovely on that. So we're going to do some some gluing, and I'm just going to go with plain glue. And you know I put glue on the wrong one. That's okay. Let's just go ahead and put it on the card. And then we need glue on the blue piece. That's 1.5 by 3. And we're going to center that up right on top of that black piece. And then this one's 1.25 by 2 3/4. And then we're just going to set that right down in the middle. Just like that. And then we need a white card base. And we're going to glue the entire piece down onto our card base. And just that quick and easy, we had 2 really beautiful cards. And it doesn't take a whole lot to make these. And if you're in the pinch for a card, this is a great way to get one. And it doesn't take that long. So I love the way these cards came together. And how pretty would these be in our new in colors? I've been using the in colors so much, I decided to kind of veer away from those and go pink and blue. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. It was a quick and simple video. And the reason for that, like I said, I had been tearing my craft room apart over the weekend, and I still don't have everything back together, but I did want to come and bring a video because we hadn't done anything since Wednesday. So it was time, and I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I hope that it will inspire you to do a simple card, because a card doesn't have to be complex to be beautiful. So thanks again for tuning in. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm trying my best to reach my 2,000. We are so close there, and your help would be tremendous. So thanks so much. Also, keep on the lookout. I'm going to be doing a video with some more of my retired stamp sets. I have a complete box completely full of retired stamp sets that we're going to be marking down anywhere from 10 to 20%. So that's a great savings. Be on the lookout for those. They are coming. I also have some over on my Facebook group page, Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping. If you haven't joined that group, please go over there and do that. Click the link below and that should take you there. And God bless and keep you. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. So until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Bye-bye.